From being traded on the playground to six-figure deals, Pokemon cards, which I'm shocked about, actually,
I know, I can't believe it
have
either.
exploded into some of the hottest collectibles in the world.
I mean, I know the kids are into it, but I didn't realize it was this big a deal.
Well, I knew it was the thing when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, it's still a thing.
Apparently so.
Yes, as demand grows, card shops are becoming a major target for thieves. As CBS LA's Zach Boetto shows us, the businesses are now having to adapt.
These criminals smashing display cases aren't targeting jewelry, fine art, or even cash. They're after one of the most valuable and most expensive collectibles of the moment, Pokemon cards. Yeah, the old trading card game from the 90s. And this type of brazen card shop theft has taken the collectible community right here in LA and around the world by storm.
And unfortunately, collectibles have become so valuable and so popular that they've now joined the ranks of a watch store or a jewelry store that makes itself a target, and you have to protect yourself against that.
Ken Golden owns Golden, an online auction house for trading cards, collectibles, and memorabilia. He also stars in his own Netflix series called King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch. Right now, people are bidding millions of dollars for Pokemon cards on his website, put up for auction by influencers with tens of millions of followers like WWE wrestler Logan Paul.
These are all kids, young adults who are playing the game, treating it as a game in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they're now in their 30s and 40s. A lot of them have much more disposable income, and they're spending it on something they love, which is Pokemon.
On days that big box name stores restock their shelves, some locations have lines of collectors waiting to buy the new Pokemon drops. And across social media, at any hour of the day, you can now find creators streaming live, ripping packs of Pokemon cards, hoping to pull something valuable. Most packs cost about $10 with 10 cards in each pack, and most cards are only worth about $1 or $2.
Oh, baby! Gold Dragonite!
But once in a while, Pokemon slips a special limited edition card in a few packs to drive collectors nuts, and it could be worth millions.
Part of what makes a Pokemon card so valuable is scarcity, or how rare it is. Ripping a pack and finding a card worth millions, even thousands, is like finding Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Another point of value for a Pokemon card is its condition.
Enter Professional Sports Authenticator, or PSA, one of the few recognized and respected card graders known for its labels and holders, or what collectors call slabs.
Why would someone get their card graded?
Of course, people want to make sure, one, that they have an authentic card, a card that's not been altered, but also to see the condition of the card itself.
Collectors send in their cards to PSA to get graded. Not only do their trained experts guarantee the authenticity of the card and give the card a grade that could make it more valuable, but they also give the card an ID number.
It's all about what's on the label. While most stolen cards and card packs can't be traced back to the owner, certain companies like PSA have created online databases to track cards like these that have been graded. Would having a card graded deter thieves from stealing a PSA card?
100%. So all of our labels have a unique certification number. This means these cards can easily be tracked to where they should be.
Although PSA's grading practices aren't perfect or bulletproof,
and it'll pop like that.
Right now, it's one of the only obstacles for thieves who try to sell the stolen cards to other collectors. Recent burglary victims, LA Sports Cards in Burbank, were hit for hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon and sports cards earlier this year.
It feels terrible. Feel violated, of course. Could be anywhere. Could be on offer-ups, meetups, shows, online. Who knows?
Crimes of opportunity, high value, and low security.
You can't treat it like a mom and pop store anymore. You have to have better securities, better camera systems, lock up your valuable cards, and take precautions.
Experts say if kids growing up to become Pokemon collectors want to catch them all and keep them all, they'll have to continue to adapt and turn their collectible card shops into secure, bank-like Pokemon vaults. Zach Boetto, CBS LA.
I think I have a Wiggly Tuff card
You
or
do?
something somewhere.
See, I never got into this, so to me, I'm like, okay, like I obviously it's a big deal, but
And I feel for these businesses too.
Oh,
that,
absolutely.
it is obviously something very serious.
Yeah.
But Pokemon,
mind blown this morning.
people really
Yeah.
got to catch them all.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's one way to do it.